you know, I'm notorious for nicking these up, and I nicked this side up really heavy, so I've got an anchor hitch, and I tie a double anchor hitch. So officially an anchor hitch is twice around the tool and then once through, but I just wrap a second time through, so this goes around twice. You know, that is, and then you're supposed to have like 2 inches out here. I don't have 2 inches, but I have 2 wraps. So if this comes out, I still have a whole second wrap that's gonna pinch in there. Well, I got a short little video today, a little takedown. Got my new distal spikes on. They are super comfortable. I love this Velcro heel. I got the Velcro straps all the way around, but you can set your heel, you know, whatever boots I have on. These are kind of my pruning boots, but I'm able to kind of set them for this boot, and I could tighten it up a little farther if I had a shorter, longer heel on there. That works really nice. It's a nice wide strap across the heel. They're available on gameoftrees.com. Check them out. We've got a Black Friday sale going on right now. I don't know if that'll be going on when this video is going, but check them out while supplies last. Right from Germany. I've got a little takedown here, a couple of takedowns, a couple of cherries. That's kind of a straight up and down, get her done. This is a little more of an up and down, but this trunk is going to stay at that union up there. I've got secondary line set in this other cherry, so get my akimbo set on here right away. Looks like I'm caught over a little twig up there. There we go. Gets me down that little crotch up there. All right, get my ear protection on. As I should throw my lanyard on. I got a little bit of a swing if I come off of here. So we had a little mishap here. This little cherry in front of me here, and that little oak on the other side of the chicken coop that is leaning in that other oak. I instead of putting, I only put 1 man-hour on both of those. They're in the same item, and it defaults to 1 man-hour. So there should have been more than 1 man-hour on those, but that's the price that was quoted, so that's the price we'll fulfill for. But we've got this removal that I'm taking down, and all those prunes, so the lift will reach that one while it's pruning those other trees. It should all work out in the wash, shall we say, but I do not change things up on the client just because I made a mistake. That's called experience, folks. And I want it to be a good experience for the client, because obviously there's other work to be had in this neighborhood. We like happy clients. All right. This got damaged in a storm a while back. I just noticed I don't have a whole lot of space on my SD card. Thought I had a blank SD card, and it's not. So we'll have to get this done. Let's just get this out of the way with my handsaw. All right, I was thinking of doing a drop cut, like a spear cut straight down right here. But the problem with that is it could come back and tag me. So I think I'll just go up and make a few smaller cuts. Okay, I do have a 2-in-1 lanyard here. The lift timed out and shut off. So this gyro lanyard, I really love all these swivels. If you can see that. All right. Yeah. All right, we can just cut this off by hand. I was gonna say I left my tag line on the ground, but I do have it hooked onto me here. All right. I think I might go up here and redirect. Or I can just lanyard in up here and lean back and then make a spear cut up here. All right, let's see here. Got my lanyard hanging. This started out as a 7-meter lanyard and I've shortened it up. Okay, I could just let myself out with both these lanyards. I have enough space. And it gives me a nice stable. Can I reach this? Oh. I think I can reach it. All right. Now, I want to cut a little relief there. I want that to fall a little bit into that. I still might get tagged a little bit. Nope. Nice drop. Nice drop. All right. There, I got tagged. We'll get this one. Oh, there, I protected the lawn. All right, so I could have made that drop cut down there, but I thought the upper ones might have come back and tagged. So this just put me in a little better position. And now I'm at a nice spot in this one to make these drop cuts. So we've got a little hutch down there we want to avoid. I can make some handsaw cuts here. I'll just make this smaller, then it won't flip out. Now you see how and right on the little hutch. So if I'd have taken this whole branch, you know, that would have been a heavier piece. So now got rid of a little, just throw that down. All right, now I think we'll just make I'll prep the slash cut. I like to prep my slash cut. Just make a bottom curve and then right on top of it. Goes right down. Same with this. We're gonna go right to that spot right there. So I'm gonna prep. I've got this piece above me. So I'm gonna make a narrow notch. So that's going to drop into that just slightly and get that away from me. I'll try to look up as I'm doing this. All right. So that moved the top away from me enough. And then it tagged that, but it was low enough below me that it stayed away from me. Now we're on our way back down. I might get both these takedowns done on my short SD card. I think they're at 41 minutes. Hasn't been 41 minutes yet. So we'll limit our cut. Oh, I just hurt my hand. I just punched. I just punched this. I punched it really hard. Ouch. Okay, we got a cast iron thing down there. Shoot. I better go back up just a little. There we go. Stayed away from there's a little cast iron fire pit. Down below here, we'll make a break cut here. So here we got a leaner piece. Sorry about the sun. We make our cross cut, break cut. Always make the second cut below. We say that a lot. And then your saw can't leave. So we'll watch how this breaks off. So you see this kerf here. If your saw is above, there's a kerf just like this up on this piece, trapped in here, and it can take your saw with you. So if that were to somehow wiggle and break off while I was making the cut, my saw would stay here, rather than if I'm making this cut and it breaks off, it takes my saw with the piece. Oh, these gaffs are really comfortable. You're gonna want these. It's gonna break. All right, nice and flat. We're gonna leave a habitat spar on this one. I didn't need my tagline, but it's always nice to have something you don't need than to want something you don't have. Or worse yet, need something you don't have. Oh, that's gonna fall on my cast iron thing. I'm ready to put a hand on it. There we go. Yeah, there's a little imperfection in there. Wanted to break early. I wasn't quite even either. Okay, a couple more. Guess I don't need two of these on. One is kind of getting in my way. I'm notorious for nicking these up, and I nicked this side up really heavy, so I've got an anchor hitch, and I tie a double anchor hitch. So officially an anchor hitch is twice around the tool and then once through, but I just wrap a second time through, so this goes around twice. You know, that is, and then you're supposed to have like 2 inches out here. I don't have 2 inches, but I have 2 wraps. So if this comes out, I still have a whole second wrap that's gonna pinch in there at any rate. All right, I won't have to edit this much, if at all. Okay, another brake cut is what I'm gonna do. Well, the worst thing I can say about this gaff experience is, you know, I've got my pruning boots on. You know, so I can, the soles aren't as robust as like a steel shanked logger style boot. So I can feel my arch through the boot sole. Oh. I'm in a fairly flimsy cherry up there for my secondary tie-in. Okay, now this one, now look at, see that? That's pushing my knot. So I'm going to quickly reconfigure this. So that is better. Okay, this time this should be about the perfect height. 5 times the trunk. So there's about 5 of these in the trunk below me. This should land flat. That should get over. Oh, it hung up. Did you see it? It hung there and it didn't let it come over. Ended up popping off funny. Lost momentum, it lost its inertia and didn't flip over. So I could have thrown my hand out there and tried to flip it, but so I got sloppy on the notch. It's just a little stub, didn't matter. I had nothing to protect down here, but it's always nice to know what causes something to go wrong. So there's our habitat trunk. Wanted to swing into the, took my lanyard off, and then I gaffed out. All right, now I'm just gonna run up, move my bag here just in case I need this. Got a flimsy little thing to climb here. Hey Zach, if you get over and make that a stump, I can grind stumps pretty soon. Oh, you want to pass that on to him?
What's that?
If he gets that takedown done right away, I can grind stumps.
You know, Kevin, Taylor's kind of hurt. You didn't even recognize your own son up there.
Oh man, I just assumed Zach was running around. That's Taylor up in the lift. Sorry, Taylor. Zach grew his hair out. Kind of hard to miss Taylor with those auburn locks hanging out the back of his head. Yeah, Taylor was going to be an engineer, but he thought probably not as easy to wear long hair as an engineer as it is as an arborist. I don't know if that was the rationale, but I'm sure there's a long-haired engineer somewhere. Staying clear. This cherry that I am on is very dead. I want to be careful with how much reverberation I'm putting in it. There's no lower branches. I just cut the one off for dampening effect. I got that little shed down there. That's the way it wants to go. All right. I could leave this live one for dampening. I think I just might do that. Might leave this one too. Every little bit of dampening could help on this. I'm not going anywhere. I got a secure tree that I'm in. But could hit that shed if something breaks loose. It almost feels more solid up here. Do I got any live branches up here? That might actually be alive still. But she's moving. Cherry, I could pull this top right off maybe if it was bad enough. I'm gonna get that out of my way. Yeah, it looks dead up there on this side, but there might be a piece of live cambium. That acted live. Okay, I think I'm short enough. This is kind of exciting. A little bit of a thrill. Little bit of a thrill. Seeing clear. Didn't want that breaking branch to throw me off up here. Okay. I think I'm gonna notch it. I don't wanna, I gotta get up just a little higher. If I go just a little higher, I can get this off. Okay. All right, now we can leave that off. Okay. Tighten myself up here. I should just as a precaution, what's wrong with this, folks? Like, what if this somehow, you know, I got this as a buffer. Ah, Taylor, it's coming your way. There's gonna be somebody in the comments going, why didn't you just have the lift take that top off? Because I wouldn't have all this fun. Ugh. All right.
Harder than just one-handing that chainsaw.
What's that?
That was way harder than just one-handing that chainsaw.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure was. I sense hyperbole. All right. Well, we got most of this recorded. My camera's still running. Oh man, gaffing out Wiggly, wiggly spar. All right, now, how am I gonna do this? Get on this side. So I can lean back a little bit. Now I want to cut this perpendicular to this lean. This is really dead cherry. So I want to stay away from my rope here. Make this brake cut. Second cut below. So this punky cherry can really let loose easy. As you can see, things break off easily. He might be able to reach this locale. 39 foot side reach on that Dino lift. That's our Dino RXT 72 RXT. Our next one will be a 92. My first one would be a 92 if I did it again. It's like you're not gonna notice the difference. It's a machine that's going to pay for itself. You just gotta bite the bullet on the first one. Now I'm procrastinating the second one. Because I want to keep the first one. It's a good thing I had my hand on that. That could have come back at me when it flipped off like that. But just keep pushing it out. I could drop this now. But there's nothing wrong with a short trunk. I'm on the trunk anyways. I could take off one of these. No sense moving two lanyards down. All right, let's do a knot. Let's take some time on this. Nice and open. See if we can get this to flip over. Oh, a little long for the space. I was gonna put the hand on it, but I should have went with my gut. I had my hand there. Should have used it. So we'll do it on this one. Little baby notch. There we go. Little hand, just a little nudge. All right, we're good. You can drop this. All right, I never had to use my tagline. I brought a 3-strand with me, never had to use it. You can buy this 3-strand at gameoftrees.com. You can get just about everything I'm wearing. You can get this saddle, the Tree Access XT. I am in a small large, and I'm 210 pounds. 34-inch waist, small, large, fits me nicely. Taylor's got a little smaller waist than me. He doesn't like where the D-rings are. But, you know, each to their own. He wears a buck saddle. And you can get a buck saddle. We can get a buck saddle if you really want to buy it from GameandTrees.com. We don't have the buck saddles on there, but we probably will since Taylor wears one. So Ham's Arbor Care buys from GameandTrees.com. Now here's the question. Do we pay wholesale or do we pay retail? I want you to know that I pay retail because Game of Trees is a different company than Ham's Arbor Care. Even though both are kind of on our Game of Trees logo. We just do that because Ham's Arbor Care is featured in the videos. But I pay retail on all of our goods. Like this rope. This is Blue Craze 2 right here. 11.8 millimeter. 11.8 millimeter works really great in the akimbo. So Blue Craze 2. Oh! I don't have my intercom on yet.
Yeah, I bet the GoPro.
Oh, you're gonna like put it right there? He wasn't gonna put it there, but it could go there. If it didn't do what he wanted it to do, it would have been on my head. So we buy Blue Craze 2 in 600-foot lengths. That's the better value. So that's where Ham's Arbor Care saves a little money by buying 600 feet of rope instead of 120. But this one happens to be 120 feet. It used to be 250 feet, but I cut it with my handsaw, which I featured a few weeks back. So now I've got a 120-foot rope for doing little jobs like this. Works out pretty good. I might run up that oak and do a little takedown. Keep Taylor pruning. But I think this is a good video. There you go. So yeah, we've got a little bit more to do here. We got to prune all the rest of these oaks, and I got to take that tree down. So I might just run up there. I can do a bunch of drop cuts. That way Taylor can keep pruning. Game of Trees, we're having fun.
playing the game of trees.